The city was slick with rain, its neon lights shimmering in puddles on the cobblestone streets. Detective Grant Monroe pulled his trench coat tighter as he stepped into the lobby of the Empire Theatre. Its once grand marquee now missing half its bulbs. Inside, the air was heavy with the mingling scents of stale popcorn and forgotten dreams. The case had started 2 nights ago, when Margot LaRue, a rising starlet, had vanished after the premiere of Scarlet Kiss. Her face graced every movie poster in town, red lips curled into a tantalizing smile, her eyes promising secrets. But now, she was gone, her dressing room left in shambles, and a single clue remained, a reel of film, unlabeled, and left spinning in the projector. Monroe lit a cigarette and walked down the dim aisle toward the projector booth. The whir of the machine filled the empty theater as he watched the flickering images dance across the screen. At first, it was just scenes from Scarlet Kiss, Margot's sultry gaze, her whispered promises of love. But then, the footage shifted. The screen now showed grainy, black and white scenes of the Empire Theatre itself. Margot stood in the lobby, her expression frantic, her voice a silent scream as she pointed toward the camera. Monroe's cigarette froze midway to his lips. This wasn't part of the film he'd seen during the premiere. Suddenly, the footage jerked. Margot was now on the stage, struggling as shadowy hands emerged from behind the curtains, pulling her into the darkness. The camera panned up, revealing a single name painted in faded gold letters. Delaney. Monroe's heart sank. Victor Delaney, the theatre's former owner, had been a pioneer in silent films, a perfectionist who had demanded nothing less than brilliance. When his career faltered, Delaney had vanished, leaving behind whispers of madness and obsession. Monroe turned to the projectionist, but the booth was empty. The reel continued to spin, the scenes growing darker, more frantic. Now Monroe saw himself on the screen, standing in the very aisle where he stood. A shadow loomed behind his on-screen self. He spun around, gun drawn, but there was nothing there, just the flickering light of the projector. The film ended abruptly, the reel clicking as it spun to a halt. But the screen didn't go dark. Instead, Margot appeared again, her image sharp, her voice suddenly audible, a desperate whisper that sent chills down his spine. He's still here. The lights in the theater flickered, the shadows on the walls seemed to stretch, and a low chuckle echoed through the empty room. Monroe's cigarette fell from his lips as he realized the shadows weren't just stretching, they were moving. The next morning, the Empire Theatre stood silent. Inside, the projector played a new film, Detective Grant Monroe, trapped forever in flickering black and white, his silhouette forever joining the shadows in the celluloid.